Venus Williams looked like she would look great in a boardroom.
I was going to say, Venus Williams dressed like Whoopi Goldberg in Soap Dish. This is barely a reference to anything other than looking good in 1991.
She's the baddest bitch at the Women in Music Business Conference.
Welcome to Keep It, Cricket Media's show about pop culture and politics and what happens when they smack into each other at an alarming speed. I'm your host, Ira Madison III, a television writer and Fall Out Boy fan.
I'm Louis Fertel. I'm a TV writer and Jane Fonda historian.
Let's get into it.
And we're back to Keep It with Ira and Louis.
I was going to say, what's this dynamic like? Are we comfortable now that it's really just the two of us?
No one's ever heard that before.
No, I know. This is a brand new concept to them. Wait, Ira and Louis just speaking? Will they reference a lot of things from the late 1990s?
Wow, what an episode to start off on, right? We get rid of our woman.
Yes, and lo and behold, yeah. SCOTUS said, "Now's our chance."
Yeah,
what could be worse? I don't even mean to make rough jokes about this, but yes.
Yeah, we'll leave that to hysteria because none of my jokes about women are funny.
I have to say, I really love that specifically on this network, there are so many podcasts that have to take the brunt of one, speaking seriously about things, but two, kind of having to make jokes about really serious things, whereas we just make jokes about, can you believe Shawn Mendes dressed like Gaston? Like, that's all we have to do.
And then there's the show that has to make jokes about everything. Love it or leave it.
Oh, right. Well, he's my favorite stand-up, as you know, so that's his job.
But I'm excited, for our new, whatever this is, era.
It's like the moment in Destiny's Child before they hire, Michelle, though we're just going to live in that era.
Wow. I'm trying to think of, trios that became duos.
Yeah, does that exist? Well, there was a time when the Dixie Chicks, the two sisters, Marty McGuire and Emily Robeson, released an album called Courtyard Hounds, and I did listen to it twice. I don't know if that excites you in any way.
Absolutely does not. Maybe we're just Chip and Dale.
Oh, Rescue Rangers, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm probably Chip.
Who's wearing the Hawaiian shirt in that scenario?
That's Chip.
Okay, yeah.
Dale is the more Indiana Jonesy, serious one.
Well, let's talk about who can wear patterns. That's you. So
yes.
Whereas I'm likelier to do a more solid, rugged approach, I think. I think I treat my own life like I'm Tomb Raider. My life's like a one-player game. This is code for I don't really date.
I also think that Dale would be a good Halloween costume for you to mix into your repertoire of 3.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I suck at Halloween, so I will take any recommendations. Last year, I nailed it with Guile from Street Fighter, but that was the first time I really ever took a swing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could buy it all on Amazon within 48 hours, like green tank top, army pants, and dog tag. It was really simple to contrive.
And then I think people were shocked that you didn't go as Kylie Minogue from Street Fighter.
Well, I do appreciate that. Well, actually, it's a similar costume, really. It would be like a blue tank top or something, but obviously that's yet to come. And also the problem with Street Fighter is a lot of the time, if you're picking that as a Halloween costume, actually you're wading into cultural appropriation somewhat seriously. So those are two characters where it would be fine.
That's fair. Street Fighter is a lot of different cultures that I do not think are maybe properly represented by Capcom.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think there was an inclusion officer making sure everything was running according to, protocol.
Yeah, there's a lot of exoticism. There's a lot of Orientalism. There's a lot of weird representations of everyone from Africa has stretchy arms and big hoop earrings.
I was gonna say he's from India, Dalsam, and the juxtaposition of yoga with I'm setting people on fire. I don't know. I'm going to read up on that Encyclopedia Britannica article, but I don't think those two things go together.
I think my actual favorite part of Street Fighter games is the background characters who have two movements that they shift back and forth from, and they're just in the background cheering whenever any fight's happening. But then there's usually just a lot of like women with big breasts.
Oh yeah,
a lot of like horny men like grabbing at them too.
No, you're exactly right. They kind of look like the inflatable things you see at a car dealership, and they're like waving their arms, and it's just, can you imagine just looking at a fight on the street, which is what this game is about, fighting on the street and just waving in the distance.
I've noticed that is one of your favorite cultural references, by the way. Like, how many car dealerships do you drive by every day?
I'm from the unglamorous Midwest, so let me tell you, the answer is many. And I used to live right by the Brand Boulevard of cars in Glendale, so it's ingrained.
All right. Well, speaking of glamour, we're going to talk about the Met Gala this week.
Which I was paying attention and enjoying it, and then it just fell right the fuck off. Which I can't remember in recent. Well, I guess it's like the Oscars. You know, it was going, everything. Was
and
going
then Will Smith,
right,
stormed into the Supreme Court
and slapped us back 50 years. Yeah, right.
Slapped abortion rights away. We will be talking about the Met Gala, despite the insistence from self-important people online who think that we should only ever be talking about one thing at all times.
That was incredibly annoying. Again, did anybody say this about any sporting event, that all the people should quote unquote leave the arena and go to DC or whatever people were saying? There's this like resting shame about, honestly, famous women enjoying themselves. And then people saying, well, they should stop what they're doing and leave. It's like, you're not saying this about literally any other thing. I don't know why you're doing this, but for some reason, you want these people to feel bad about themselves.
The restless shame, though, is also on the part of the person talking as well.
Yes,
I feel like people also feel ashamed of themselves for caring about something that they consider is stupid. And so they have to reflexively sort of point out that they're not being stupid by showing that, hey, I care about this thing that just happened, which obviously, there was a leak from SCOTUS that they are making a decision to, sort of get rid of Roe v. Wade. A thing that also will not be going into effect until around June. It's only a draft, but, it's sort of like ground zero here for all of our rights being taken away. But there is something about the fact that this news dropped in the middle of the night because it was a leak. And so no one was anticipating this. So when people are getting mad that the Met Gala is trending higher than, this SCOTUS leak, do you know how internet algorithms work?
And also,
something that just came out a second ago is not going to be trending higher and have more posts than something that people have been talking about all day.
Right. And all week, right? Leading up to the Met Gala. Yes, also, who even believes what they see on a trending bar? I don't know about you. When I look at, well, I'm on Twitter, but like it'll be like, guess what's trending? Cate Blanchett. I'm like, no, it's not. You just know I want to talk about that. They just throw up names now.
My favorite topic, Roe v. Wade, is trending.
Yeah. The girls are lit.
Monday night, the Metropolitan Museum of Art hosted the Met Gala, the annual fundraising event where no one knows how to Google what a theme means.
I'm going to say, also, so it was mainly American designers was like the umbrella theme, but Gilded Age was the sort of theme within the theme. And guys, we had a whole television series you could have referenced. It's right there in the title. It says Gilded.
Yeah. Part 2 of In America, an Anthology of Fashion. The theme was Gilded Glamour, and I don't know. First of all, this was a wild ride. It was a wild ride of taking in like bad costumes, and then some people who like understood the assignment, and then also the SCOTUS leak happening at the exact same time. It was very disorienting for me because I'm in Amsterdam right now, and so I'm like I couldn't sleep really. So I was like. I went to sleep early while like the Met Gala stuff was still happening, and then I'm waking up and getting all of this news, and it's like 4 a.m. here, and my mind is just like fried.
You're just like Vincent van Gogh. You're in Amsterdam and your mind's a blur, and
It
we're all
felt like a
worried.
fever dream. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, it was indeed a starry night. Oh my God, I need to stop. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna cut your ear off, Louis. Here's the thing about the Met Gala, which happens every year. There's always the conversation that, this is a parade of capitalism and it's rich people, who don't care about the rest of the world, etc. And that was highlighted, I guess, with the events of the SCOTUS leak, but also the juxtaposition of them just because they were happening on the same night literally makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like one doesn't inform the other. And you were right when you pointed out that like when something like there's always a capitalistic event happening in America, which is a capitalist nation. So anything and everything could be happening, but I guarantee when this draft was leaked, it had nothing to do with the SCOTUS getting together and being like, well, let me tell you something. America's going to be distracted by the fashions tonight. So let's draft this memo. What probably happened is it was a Monday.
Right.
And people go to work on Monday.
Right.
I know the internet generally hates Mondays. It has this whole sort of like Garfield-esque thing where they're like, Monday, don't talk to me about work. I'm ignoring emails. But some people do go to work on Monday. And sometimes people go to work to take away our rights on Monday.
Do you think the Met Gala should move to Sunday for this reason? Because we don't want to intersect with abortion news ever again. And it only occurs on a Monday.
Yeah. Maybe so. The first Sunday in May has sort of a ring to it.
Yeah, cute. It's very Kentucky Derby. Now, okay, let's get into the people who arrive. You know who I am so thankful always comes? Because, in fact, I think she's the definitive Met Gala celebrity. Sarah Jessica Parker. Rihanna.
I know. She obviously wasn't there because she's, about to give birth in Barbados.
Right. No, Rihanna, she's like she's like the Olympics. She comes every few years or so, and then you can't always expect her. But Sarah Jessica Parker, she came in this sort of, I'll call it Harlequin looking, me describing fashion is, by the way, lol. This Harlequin looking dress that actually evokes the Gilded Age. It
was Christopher John Rogers. I love this look on her. It is a far cry from that one year she came with like a fucking bird cage on her head.
Right. But also, it's like she knows the level you're supposed to bring in terms of grandeur. Because I feel like too many celebrities go for sleek or like there's no other way to put it, like normal glamour. And like the Met Gala is supposed to be a little bit of a step outside of reality. And I think that Sarah Jessica Parker is the one who definitively always goes for it. And also, she has the vocabulary. She probably knows more about fashion than all the other celebrities put together.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to get this out of the way. My favorite look of the night was Sebastian Stan and Valentino.
No, wait. Your favorite look of the night? Girlfriend, you would wear that.
I cannot get... I know I can. Louis, thank you.
Okay.
It's so... First of all, it's such a good look on him.
This is an all-pink outfit. It's very like just south of bubblegum pink. I would call it like a bright magenta.
He's looking like bubblegum pink. He looks like a Batman villain.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something just so sexy about it, and I like that he looks great. It's not on theme, but it feels like it's in the spirit of the theme, if that makes sense. It's not just him wearing a pink suit, like it feels opulent. Anyway, I like it. I can't get it out of my head, but also, as I said, I was on Xanax taking all of these looks in while also taking in the hell of American politics. So forgive me if this was my favorite look.
I see.
I would maybe give it to Blake Lively, but I feel like everyone is overhyping that dress.
I feel like Blake Lively, who was a co-chair of the event and wore this sort of literally gilded, like a brownish, greenish, huge gown with his sort of pictures all over it. lovely and huge, but also expected and ultimately just charming. I wasn't getting rad from that dress, which is sort of what I like and it was meant to evoke the Statue of Liberty and how it was, built with copper and then has that greenish tint over time, etc. Great, but not quite rock and roll, and I like that little X factor of something naughty going on. Nothing was really naughty about it.
Yeah, the only thing really naughty about Blake is that she got married on a plantation.
Oh, I think, yes, that's true. And then I have to give it up to Ryan Reynolds for kind of just standing there. I mean, he was not commanding attention in any way, and I think among straight men, nobody likes attention more. He's got like vaudeville eyes. Like, I'm ready to be funny. So you had Sebastian Stan in all pink, and yet you've said nothing about Glenn Close wearing the same color, sweeping in.
You know
what? Is it because you're a sexist?
It is actually.
Got it.
It is. You know, unfortunately, I'm not a closer.
That was Kira Sedgwick, but okay.
I was trying to.
You are damages. That's what you are.
I was trying to come up with a name for Glenn Close fans, but I guess I should go call my mother and ask her for a different one.
I'm having a hillbilly elegy for your taste, I have to say.
You know what? I think Glenn looks great. I think Glenn is sort of in a class of her own right now. We're just like Glenn is doing Glenn, you know?
Yes. Also, her hair looks fabulous. She has a very sleek, what we once upon a time would have called a Susan Powter look. You can Google that. But I thought there were not very many celebrities of Glenn's ilk. Like Christine Baranski showed up for the first time. That was cool. And she swanned in her I own 51% of this company garb, which as she should. But there weren't many, like Ariana DeBose was there, but not much in the range of Oscar winners. I didn't think showed up this time. Honestly, the caliber of celebrities was a little flat for me.
I mean, everything lately has been giving like B-string celebrities. Unfortunately, like not like it's like Coachella, the attendees. It's like the Oscars this year. It's just we're not getting the A-listers. Where are they?
I'm like, where was someone?
Where's J-Lo planning her wedding?
J-Lo. Where's someone like Cher? Like those kind of people.
I
know where Madonna was. She was performing with Maluma, and we actually can't talk about that because I can't bring myself to watch.
Yeah.
Maluma directing her around on stage, guys, don't even Google it.
You know what? She loves surprise performances on stages where she terrorizes a young male rapper.
That's true. I know you're referencing Drake right now.
Listen, let's just get this out of the way and talk about Kim Kardashian.
Great.
And this Marilyn Monroe look that everyone won't stop talking about. First of all, I want to say, leave Pete at home. Listen, I'm fine with her getting dicked down by him, okay? Yeah. Like, you should be able to do that, baby. You're 41. Enjoy it. But she looks like she is chaperoning him every time he's on the red carpet. Like, what's going on? Like, his suit and glasses look. I'm like, that's not going to become a thing. We're not doing this.
No.
We're not doing this. And you are 41 years old, also giving interviews about how basically you starved yourself for 3 weeks to fit into this damn dress.
I was sort of surprised to hear that until I saw her. And honestly, I don't think I even recognized who was Kim Kardashian for a second. To me, I thought it was J-Lo. Like, she looks much different. I like that she's referencing the Marilyn Monroe dress because, I don't know, it's a little bit witty. It's Americana. People can't stop bringing up Marilyn Monroe, but it's not the first reference you think of when you think of Marilyn Monroe. She didn't come down in the Gentlemen Prefer Blondes dress or anything like that. That said, it's a remarkable dress for the time, but on the Met Gala red carpet, I didn't think it was particularly stunning, and in fact sort of was flat to me.
Also, it's from 1962.
Right.
Girl, the Gilded Age didn't last 300 years.
My favorite era in American history is 1858 to now.
See, I like when people, listen, this is going to be weird coming off of, the Sebastian Stan thing, but, I like when people aren't on theme and do something interesting. What I actually dislike is when someone decides, I'm going to make a historical reference that actually has nothing to do with the the historic moment that we're actually celebrating.
Though,
You know, I'm like, you can wear this honestly anywhere and to a bigger moment. And I get that it's the Met Gala and you want all cameras on you, but you're Kim Kardashian. All cameras are on you if you go to Sit-Go.
right. I think maybe her hair choice, I think, also made less of an impact.
Didn't even give us the full Marilyn.
Right.
Like what the fuck? It's lazy.
Right.
It's lazy, except for and then like I don't know. I still can't get over the whole like not to be Jamil here, but like giving an interview about how like you just like starved yourself for 3 weeks to fit into this dress. I'm like, girl, you're at home raising kids like this, and like what like this is basically just like her selling those lollipops again. And then she changed into a more comfortable replica after she walked the carpet. So I'm like, it's a scam. It's a scam, and Jamila was right.
Because the dress is like gossamer thin and is currently owned actually by Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in Orlando, which if you're going to go to a Ripley's Believe It or Not, you must go to the Orlando location, I have to say.
Well, speaking of Ripley's Believe It or Not, Shawn Mendes.
I believe it. It's what he always does.
You know what? He looks good.
No, he's obviously gorgeous. Honestly, so he dressed in a sort of, I would call it like a dandy coat, like a slightly military vibe. But the only kind of opulent part of it were that there are big gold buttons and there's a red sleeve, which is as much as he can handle, I think.
He looks like Gaston.
Yeah, he looks like Gaston, right.
Here's the thing. I agree with Tom and Lorenzo. I think they called it mad, that it's basically just sort of like aspirational fashion. I think you would look good in this suit.
Oh,
it's not. I mean, you know, it's not like you rarely step over into, you know, what I would call fashion.
Move it along. Go ahead.
You know, I've never really seen you turn what I would call a look. You know, I've never really been impressed.
Okay.
But I would say,
thank you for writing that poem about how I dress. Go ahead.
But I think that you would look good in this, you know. But then that also brings you the question of like, if it's the Met Gala and if it's an outfit where it's like, oh, this looks really great. Like, let me go and find like a version of this. Like, are you really delivering?
Right. I just think it's sort of in line with Shawn Mendes going with pleasing looks and never interesting look. Like, he really has a problem coming up with interesting.
Yeah.
Musically, anything he says, like I saw maybe on the Who Weekly message board, they casually refer to him as Jon Mendes, and I'm sorry to laugh every time.
Even his like little notes app screen was so uninteresting. I was like, "Sis, what are you talking about?"
Oh yeah,
I was like, this is a bad journal entry. I was like, I don't even get what you're saying. Ooh, what are you talking about?
So recently he posted something on Notes app about, what was it? He was like feeling alienated or something.
Just about feeling sad.
Oh, okay. And he has like the noted anxiety problem or something. So okay, fine, go ahead and do that, but. His anxiety did not elevate his look, I have to say. I wish he were even a little bit more anxious and gave us more.
Yeah, join the Zanny family, baby. I have anxiety too, and I love popping a Zan. Okay? I pop one before I do this show.
This is your second time
flights.
today. You're a drug addict. Okay, now I know.
I will. Last thing about his fashion and you, I actually really love his hair, and I think you should start doing that.
You really love what?
What he's doing with his hair at the Met Gala. I think you should start doing that.
My
like
hair
the little lightly tussle, the
texture and my hair meet every couple years, but I will do my best to achieve that.
I really liked model and First Nation activist Quanah Chasing Horse, by the way, because like she paid tribute to sort of like indigenous people during that era.
Cynthia Erivo did that too, didn't she?
Yeah, so looking great in Louis Vuitton.
Also, I forget that when Cynthia Erivo speaks, it is arresting. Like you cling onto the wall and just listen to the like butteriness of her incredible speaking instrument as opposed to just her tremendous singing voice.
We're reusing clothes and we're showing that we can create things new out of the old.
Yes.
And I think that's really, really important.
Some other people I thought looked great. Like I thought Janixa Bravo looked great. I thought Emma Corrin looked great. Venus Williams looked like she would look great in a boardroom.
I was going to say, Venus Williams dressed like Whoopi Goldberg in Soap Dish. I like this is barely a reference to anything other than looking good in 1991.
She's the baddest bitch at the Women in Music Business Conference. so shout out to her.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. I think everyone is in agreement on what the absolute worst look at the Met Gala was.
Oh, it's got to be Camila Cabello?
Camila Cabello. What the fuck was she wearing?
It was...
you can see it in her eyes. You can see it in her eyes. She knows.
Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Prabal Garung.
Amazing.
It's completely sustainable, completely upcycled.
And I am so upset by this because let me tell you something. Her new album, Familia, is actually really fucking great.
I'm not surprised by that. I've historically enjoyed her music. Yeah, the dress looks like, everybody made the same joke. It looks like an Is It Cake funfetti. It has this ruffle that was patched with what I'm going to call Fruity Pebble specks. And it just looked super cheap. It looked like a Project Runway Gristides challenge where she took a roll of like candy dots and turned it into a dress.
She looks like the Terminator that came back from the far, far future to tell Dippin' Dots about their future. She's a Dippin' Dot Terminator is what she is.
My favorite thing about Dippin' Dots is that they always have the potential to be right. It still could be the ice cream of the future. We're not there yet. You know who did look amazing and was wearing, I think, the designer of the night? Michelle Yeoh, our friend, wearing that mint green Prabal Garung dress. And I believe also Mindy Kaling wore that. Just gorgeous. And also, I love when somebody is wearing a color that nobody else is wearing.
Well, Michelle Yeoh's was gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mindy's was giving, fine Golden Globes gown.
It looks like a Golden Globes gown. Actually, you know what? I need Mindy Kaling to fire her makeup artist, and I'm just going to put that out there.
Well, it matched the gown, right?
Yeah. I love sis. I want her to do well. I don't like the makeup. What's going on here?
I've got to say, monochrome.
There's a bad mua. Like let's get somebody black on the team.
I think monochrome in general looks better on men than it does women. There's a stolidness to monochrome that befits masculinity. I believe in the binary. Did I not say that? Okay.
Well, I only wear makeup that goes by they them pronouns, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Lastly, Lizzo looked great as well, but you know what?
She brought the flute.
Yeah, I've had it. Leave the flute at home.
That is sort of like 2016. Yeah.
It was wild that she brought the flute with her because I was like, we still doing the flute?
Yeah. It's like if Alanis Morissette brought a harmonica wherever she went. It's like, yeah, I remember you played it that one time.
Right. It's like if Justin Timberlake brought Chris Kirkpatrick with him everywhere he went. Okay? Like
that would be kind of cool.
There was a time and a place. Okay? Let the flute join Celebrity Big Brother and go on its way.